This is Boats of the Thousand Islands, the show about every kind of watercraft on the Great St. Lawrence River. Your hosts are Robbie and Terry, both 15. Every week they break it down so you actually get it.
The show about every kind of watercraft on the Great St. Lawrence River. I'm Terry.
And I'm Robbie, and today we're talking about something that sounds totally made up, a boat that races on ice.
An ice boat, like an actual sailboat, but instead of water it flies across frozen bays at absolutely wild speeds.
We're talking speeds that would make your eyebrows leave your face permanently.
Ice boats have been on the St. Lawrence and its bays for centuries. Farmers and traders use them to cross the frozen river all winter long.
So, it started as pure survival. If the river froze, you still needed to get places, and walking was slow and miserable.
Early ice boats were basically just a wooden frame on three metal runners with a sail rigged up top. Simple but genius.
And then someone went out in one and realized, wait, this thing is fast, and the racing started immediately.
Because of course it did, humans cannot resist turning any vehicle into a competition.
A modern ice boat can travel at nearly 4 times the wind speed. So, if the wind is blowing at 15, you're doing 60.
4 times the wind speed. I need that kind of math to work for my grades.
The reason is wild. The runners cut so cleanly that there's almost no friction slowing the boat down.
On water, waves push back against the hull. On ice, it's just this razor-thin blade skimming a glassy surface.
The boats are shaped kind of like a letter T, one long plank front to back, one plank crossing it, a runner at each end.
And a triangular sail above it all, usually with just one person lying almost flat in a tiny cockpit.
Lying flat because the cockpit sits maybe 6 inches off the ice. You are basically a human sled with ambition.
The St. Lawrence bays, like the Bay of Quinte and the Thousand Islands bays, freeze hard enough some winters for serious racing.
Ice boaters need at least 4 inches of solid clear ice, but they prefer 8 inches or more before they push it.
And the ice has to be smooth. Snow is the enemy. It's like sailing in sand.
So these crews are out before dawn, sweeping the course, checking the surface, basically grooming their racetrack by hand.
The oldest ice boating club in North America that's still active was founded in the 1800s on the Hudson River.
And the St. Lawrence region had its own strong tradition. Wealthy families in Kingston and Clayton built serious racing machines.
Clayton, New York, right in the Thousand Islands, was a huge ice boating hub in the late 1800s and early 1900s.
The boats back then were enormous. Some were 40 feet long and cost a small fortune to build.
Rich families basically competed the way people compete with sports cars now, who has the fastest, sleekest, most dramatic machine.
And the names. They had names like Icicle and Arrow and Jack Frost. The drama was real.
Today, the most popular racing class is called the DN, stands for Detroit News, a small one-person boat designed back in 1937.
One newspaper ran a design contest for an affordable ice boat anyone could build at home. And that design basically took over the world.
The DN class now races internationally on frozen lakes in Europe, in Canada, all across the northern United States.
So a newspaper design contest from nearly 90 years ago is still the dominant racing boat. That is a spectacular win for journalism.
Climate change is making ice boating harder, though winters are shorter and the ice is less reliable than it used to be.
Sailors who remember racing every single winter now sometimes wait years for a good enough freeze to hold a proper regatta.
That's a real loss, not just for the sport, but for this whole winter culture that grew up around the frozen river.
But when the ice does come in perfect, clear, and black and fast, people travel from all over to be on it.
There's something almost magical about it. silent except for the runner blades hissing and the sail filling with wind.
No motor, no fuel, no noise, just physics and ice and someone brave enough to lie down and hold on.
If you ever get to the Thousand Islands in a cold January and you see a sail skimming the frozen bay, stop and watch.
You'll stand there with your jaw on the ground wondering how something that old can look that futuristic.
Ice boating is one of those things where the past and the river and the winter all click together perfectly.
Next week, we'll be back on the water, or maybe the ice, who knows with this show. So stay curious, stay warm, and see you next week on Boats of the Thousand Islands.